Well, the first day the frost takes and there's a sheen of ice on the dugouts.
And when you feel the wind coming down from the north, bringing the snow.
Head out on horseback and there's a slanting of light from the east.
Oh, I miss it, son. I miss it terribly.
Yeah, so do I. You all right?
I don't know. You know, life is odd enough, but death, son, Lord God. They don't even give you a road map. Everything comes under scrutiny.
What brought this on?
I don't know. Something in the air. There's something stirring there. You feel it?
Yeah. You know, I've had some very odd dreams lately.
About your mother?
Yeah. You?
No. I'm dead, I don't dream, so I don't know what this sensation is that I've got. Although it's very similar to when Walter Singlefoot laced my tea with Knickknick, then seemed to turn into a 12-foot alligator before my very eyes. I don't know, it feels as though your mother is very close.
Very close.
Fraser, I hope for your sake you're talking to a fish.
Hey, Ray, here, have a seat. I'll rig you up a line.
Caught anything?
No, but you know, ice fishing takes patience.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna need a lot of that, Fraser, because there ain't no fish in here.
Well, how do you know that, Ray?
Because it's a city reservoir. Drinking water. No fish.
Oh.
You okay?
Yeah. Just,
What?
I'm homesick. Wait a minute.
What?
Hang on a second. Yeah, here we go. Okay, set the hook, set the hook. Get something.
Okay. Watch the drag, watch the drag.
Something big?
Okay.
He's in?
Yeah.
Nice fish.
Ever since I can remember, I associated fishing with death.
Yeah, well, you catch a fish, the fish dies, then you eat the fish.
When I was a boy, I was in a camp, and the guy who ran the camp was a fisherman of sorts. He would throw a hand grenade into the pond, and when the fish came up, belly up, stunned, he just scooped them up with a net.
What was this, some sort of summer camp or something?
No. Auschwitz. Oh, come on, guys. I didn't mean to. Well, what else do we know about this man?
Yeah, his name was Cartwright. He has a couple of weapons charges and associated with bad people.
Very bad, judging from the way he died. Shot with a small rifle, probably manufactured in old Czechoslovakia, and the bullet tipped with thallium, deadly poison, probably manufactured in Bulgaria. So, there you go, ballistics.
Looks like you get a meat set for tonight.
I agree. Shall we?
Look, Mort, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that,
Come on, Ray. I didn't want you to feel sorry. I find life interesting. Even death I find interesting. But fishing? Fishing is ridiculous.
Dead guy. Chicago PD, hold it!
Muldoon.
You know that guy?
I knew him.
What do you mean you knew him?
He died 30 years ago.
Who was this Muldoon?
Holloway Muldoon. He was a legend in the North. Gifted trapper and guide. The story has it he once carried an injured Hungarian lepidopterus on his back for almost 200 miles through a raging blizzard. Underneath this heroic exterior, there lurked a criminal who for years had been trafficking in endangered species. Grizzly bladder, puma pelts, wolf fur. Yes, I know, boy. When my father went after him, the chase was epic. It lasted for a year and a half.
Year and a half?
It was personal.
You see, Muldoon's friendship with my father placed him above suspicion. The chase finally ended when Muldoon fell into 6 Mile Canyon.
Fraser, he's here in Chicago, so he did not fall into 6 Mile Canyon.
Apparently, he survived.
Look, all I know, Fraser, we got 2 dead guys and 3 scumbags shooting up Chicago with a grenade launcher. And a whole lot of work to do.
Is that about the gist of it?
Oh, that was just the tip of the iceberg, son.
Well, turns out that your car body was an associate of your fishing body. Name was Caesar Khalil. Simple sheet, actually. Receiving stolen goods, and oh, look, Hill Surprise, receiving stolen goods.
So he was a fence.
Detective, your powers of deduction make a guy's head spin.
Thanks.
This is interesting.
Makes no sense.
I believe it's a code.
Looks like he had a meet set up for today.
This arrow would seem to indicate it was connected to last night's meeting.
Yeah, the only problem is we have no clue where this is happening.
Well, we know the last night's meeting was at Quincy and Orleans. So now taking this to be Orleans and this to be Quincy, that gives us 13 letters. Now, if we plug those letters into today's entry, we get...
O-L-C-O something something, next word something, R-U-C something, I-N something.
Trucking.
And assuming it to be trucking, that gives us the T, which gives us...
Olcott Trucking. It's that abandoned place on Wacker.
Very good, Francesca.
Rats.
Something wrong, Rick?
No, rats.
Ah, yes.
This place gives me the creeps.
Yeah, him too. He's never been fond of rodents.
Showtime. Hold it right there!
DTF, throw down your weapons!
Step out of the shadows!
Show us your ID! Don't talk when I talk!
This is not your jurisdiction.
That's odd, Agent Maddox, because the last time I checked the criminal code, homicide was still under state jurisdiction.
Let me make it clear. I go to meet a snitch. I don't need interference from some flatfoot city cop.
This from the boys who brought you Waco. Wake up! Your snitch is downstairs chilling at the cold meat party.
Gentlemen, perhaps it would be more productive to discuss the weapons smuggler.
It's none of your business.
Someone starts shooting up Chicago with a grenade launcher. I figure it's my business.
Wrong, Lieutenant. This is our case. You keep your nose clear.
For the record, Waco was an act of God.
So?
So officially, you're off the case. Hey, if somebody wanted to take this case up as a hobby, Everyone should have a hobby.
See, everything my father ever did is in here. Cross-referenced by criminal and by crime.
Now, the filing is a little crude.
Crude?
But brilliant.
Smart boy.
To find Muldoon.
What's up?
There's a period of 3 weeks where there's no entry.
Maybe he was busy.
No, I don't think so. The silence begins with the day my mother died.
Aha! You see, I find Muldoon by simply flipping to page 6 of volume 9.
I'd have rearranged the landscape, torn down the mountains, and diverted the rivers to catch Muldoon. And I only had the slimmest of clues. He always managed to be where no one expected him to be. And usually that was where he had just been.
Anything?
He doubles back on himself.
He doubles back on himself, does he, Fraser? We've been waiting here for 2 days. All I got is a nose that runs faster than a 3-year-old at the Kentucky Derby. Look, I'm Dunsky. I'm out of here. Had enough of this. Chicago PD! What's that?
It's Russian lettering.
What's it say?
Well, my Russian's a little bit rusty, but I think it's nerve gas. And this one. Oh, dear. You have any gum? We're in luck. Seems to be holding. Well, you know, at first glance, you wouldn't assume that gum and string would be able to... What's wrong with you?
I got it.
You got what?
Gas. I've been gassed.
Oh, no, Ray, I shouldn't think you'd actually been gassed.
I'm tingling. My hands are tingling. I'm tingling all over.
Ray, if you'd actually been exposed to nerve gas, you'd be experiencing different symptoms.
Like what?
Well, you'd have difficulty breathing. You'd probably feel a little bit dizzy. You might feel as though you want to vomit. You'd probably start bleeding out of your nose. Your bowels would release. Most of all, though, you'd probably be unconscious and dead.
Oh. I get nervous. I got a bit nervous. Okay. My bowels seem okay.
I'm relieved.
What'd you find?
It's a footprint belonging, I think, to the driver of the car, in which case we can assume reasonably that he was, or he is, an employee of the Hotel California.
You cannot tell that by a footprint, Fraser. I don't care if you can track muskox across the Atlantic Ocean. You cannot tell where a person works by their footprint. Oh.
Yes. A pretty good idea which direction this wind is blowing. Phone. No, a real phone, one with a dial.
Gas? You say you have gas, sir?
A powerful gas. It could wipe out thousands, possibly even more.
I see. Do you have any idea as to the source of this gas?
Russian in origin. And there seem to be any number of clues, none of which I can recall at the moment, that indicate that they pose a dire threat to the city of Chicago.
Chicago?
Get this straight, son. This is the lethal gas. This could wipe out big cities all across North America.
Have you considered consulting a physician, sir?
Son, I think that you probably have been hit by the dump stick. Would you put me on through to your superior, please?
Yes, sir.
Inspector Thatcher.
Inspector, one word. Diethylaminoethoxy cyanophosphine oxide.
Oh, my God.
1 milligram of that could kill a man.
Or a woman.
Well, I don't know what it would take to kill a woman. Could be 1, could be 10. But that's not important. The important thing is there's a darker thread to this story. And it has all the telltale signs of Muldoon, one of the foulest scum who ever walked the earth. Next to Howard Stern, that is. But it doesn't make sense. Because he's been dead for 30 years.
Unfortunately, rumors of Muldoon's death may have been greatly exaggerated.
Ah, I see. And, Constable Fraser, how's he taking this?
With his usual keenness? Why?
Ah, then he doesn't know.
Know what?
About Muldoon and his mother. I have half a mind to get down to Chicago and take a crack at Muldoon myself. But my detachment is green. Better to have somebody up here at this end of the trail.
We do put the mark on the soles. Makes the boots part of a uniform, discourages theft. The only problem is they became something of a collector's item and everyone was stealing them.
You see, and how many were size 16 double wide?
How'd you know the size?
Well, we saw the print, Ray.
Saw the print.
One pair, size 16 double wide.
And they belong to?
Toe Blake.
Toe Blake?
Big Toe Blake is his full name. We had to let him go for stealing. Naturally, he stole his boots when he left.
Naturally.
Big guy, big toe, big.
How big?
Very big. You know, Ray, it's really a question of leverage. It's not like bulldogging a steer.
Wrestling an elephant.
For some time now, Ottawa has suspected that Russian military equipment was being smuggled through Canada for sale throughout the world. Naturally, headquarters wants it stopped immediately.
Naturally.
This particular case that Sergeant Frobisher is working on involves poisonous gas, which is quite dangerous, you know.
Yeah, I've heard that about poisonous gas.
This particular gas, though, is a variant on Russian Taban, which is, in fact, dimethylaminoethoxycyanophosphine oxide. Frobisher feels that the shipment is, in fact, large enough to basically obliterate several small cities. It's really quite exciting.
Exciting.
Well, at the risk of sounding self-absorbed, a successful resolution to a case of this magnitude could provide me with a promotion and a transfer to Toronto.
You're going to Toronto? That's great. For you, of course. And, you know, if there's anything I can do to help, don't hesitate to ask. I mean, a lift to the airport, and
Thank you, I appreciate that.
So, I guess Fraser will be taking over for you then, right? Probably getting a brand new income, maybe a big house, a bedroom.
Constable Fraser is my second in command. He's coming with me.
Huey! Huey!
Okay, please come on.
Hey! Hey, come on!
Come on.
Move it!
We have to talk.
You're touching me.
Oh.
I'm like a cab. When a guy hires me to drive, I drive.
And if the guy buys crates of nerve gas, that's none of your business?
Look at him. Incredible, isn't he?
He's huge. I'd say at least 400.
No, not him. Fraser. Look at him.
Nerve gas can kill thousands of people. You know how many years you're gonna do for killing thousands of people?
You know how many times they can execute you?
He was born on the tundra. I mean, that's where he belongs. You'll kill him if you take him to Toronto.
That's a bit drastic, don't you think?
Look, I've been to Toronto, okay? Trust me, nothing can survive there. Look at him. I mean, really look at him.
He's some out-of-town talent. I got hired to ferret around, and I don't know nothing about no gas.
Look, pal, you had better know something about him.
I picked him up at a hotel.
Which hotel?
Where I used to work.
California. Let's go.
What? That man. I think I've seen him before. All right, I'll take the stairs.
Hang on. Use your phone. I'll call you to floors.
5, 6, 7,
11,
12. Hear me? 14.
Clearly, Ray.
15. You're breathing kind of hard. 20. 1, 2. 24. That's it, Fraser. 24. I'm on my way.
You sure this is the guy? You barely saw him.
Positive.
Housekeeping!
Ray.
Ray?
Ray Vecchio.
Ray Vecchio?
Oh, dear.
What's going on here? I was under the impression I was going to meet someone called Armando Langostini from the Iguana family, Southwest Branch.
You are?
So who the hell is Ray Vecchio?
How the hell should I know?
Perhaps I could explain.
Perhaps you should shut up.
Perhaps he should talk. Don't I know you?
Not directly, no. I first came to Chicago on the trail of the killers of
Fraser, not now.
Fraser?
Who are you?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
What do you mean?
What do they call you?
Who?
Am I still speaking English here or what?
Yes, boss. Beautiful English.
What's it gonna be, funny guy?
You mean my name? Or that? Here.
Ray Vecchio, Chicago PD.
You bring cops to a meet?
It's your room, pal.
They followed you in.
Meaning what?
Meaning this whole setup smelled from the get-go. Who are you, buddy? I've seen you before.
Yeah, dead guy. Get up. Let's go, get up. To the bathroom. Play hardball with the Iguana family, you better have hard balls. Still in the game?
I'm always in the game. Okay. Backup location. 9 o'clock. Remember what I said before? I don't wait.
Hey, boss, you still got a little bit of blood, right? Yeah, all right. Clean up the bodies.